Hello, my name's Fiona. This session is specifically designed to help young children of primary school age to make sense of all the things that are happening in the world around them at the moment with the pandemic that we're having. So lots of young children are quite frightened by the things they're seeing around them. So this session is specifically designed to help them make sense of some of that and relate it to some of the things that actually they see as very positive in their lives. So for the children that you are looking after, it's really important that they begin to express and talk about their worries and concerns. So this session aims to give them some of the language, hopefully, to be able to do that with you. And from that, children can find a lot more relief, feel much more safe, and be able to move forward more confidently. So for the child or children that you're looking after, just find yourself a nice quiet space. If you have a child who particularly likes one of their toys, a teddy bear or a dolly, or they like a blanket, make sure those things are around them so they feel really comforted and feel really safe. And if you can make sure that the TV is switched off and any devices are switched off that you don't need. Okay, that's great. Okay, so now that you are sitting there nice and comfortable, we'll begin the session. So we're going to begin by taking some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And as you breathe out, just feel any of those tensions just leave you. How nice it is just to be still and quiet for a little while. It's nice to cuddle in with your favourite toy, or have a blanket wrapped around you. Or maybe it's your mum or dad or other caregiver who's given you a cuddle. This is a nice time for you to be nice and quiet and peaceful. And when you're ready, just close your eyes nice and softly. That's good. Now I want you to imagine somewhere where you feel so happy, so safe. Really feel what that place is like. This might be when you're playing with a friend. It might be when you're snuggled up in bed, when mum, dad, or another caregiver's reading you a story. It might be when you're playing with your toys. You can choose whatever this special place is. It might be a holiday or somewhere when you're playing on the beach or playing in the park. Or perhaps it's time you spend with your pet, if you've got a favourite dog or cat, or whatever it happens to be. I want you to see yourself back there again. Feel how lovely it feels to be here, how safe and secure you feel here, how relaxed and calm you are here. Lots of lovely feelings of feeling loved, looked after, feeling very, very safe. Now, I want you to squeeze one of your hands very tight. Hold that feeling of that very, very special place that you have. Hold it right there in your hand as it's held nice and tightly. And then you can just relax your hand. Feel how relaxed and calm you feel. What a nice feeling it is. Every time you feel a little bit worried or a little bit stressed about what's going on around you, I want you to hold your hand really tight. And when you do that, you can feel yourself back in that special place where you feel safe, secure and happy. That's good. So we're just going to practice that now. So let your hand relax. And I want you to think about a little thing that might be worrying you. You know when something's worrying you because sometimes you feel like your heart starts to go a little bit quicker, or that your breathing feels a little bit more fast or a bit uncomfortable in your body. Some people get like tingles in their body, or they can't sit still. They might furrow their brow or be a bit grumpy. So feel that feeling again. Okay, when it's just enough and you know that feeling of being worried, I want you to hold your hand really, really tightly and bring back all those wonderful feelings of that special place for you where you feel happy, you feel safe, you feel so very calm and very relaxed. Well done. Now I notice something. That little flutter that you might have had in your heart, or your tummy felt a bit funny, all of those things are starting to go away. They go away because you are now feeling calm, much safer and more confident. So anytime you recognize those signs where your tummy feels funny, or you're breathing quite fast, or that you're feeling not quite yourself, hold your hand really tight and bring back that special place for you where you're very calm, very comfortable, very happy place. And remember, you can use this anytime and anywhere at all. So while your eyes are still closed, I want you to think about superheroes. Now, everyone has a different superhero that they quite like. I don't know who that might be for you. For some people, it's Spider-Man. For other people, it might be a princess. For other people, it might be one of the minions. I don't know who yours is. I know which one I quite like, so I'm thinking about that now. When you dress up and you pretend, what are all the wonderful feelings that you feel inside? I know when I dress up, I feel excited. I feel quite strong. I feel like I'm going to have some fun and I'm going to enjoy myself. I like to use my imagination and I like to pretend that I'm different than I am in real life. And lots of people, including adults, quite like this feeling. So I want you now to see yourself dressing up in your favourite outfit. It can be whatever you like, any character that you want to be, any superhero you want to be. See all the details of everything you're wearing. Notice the colours. Notice how much taller you stand. It's a good feeling, isn't it? Now, when doctors and nurses are looking after us, they have to wear lots of different outfits. So you might have heard or seen things, and lots of adults use words that perhaps you're not sure what they are. So when you might have heard the news or the radio, they say things like PPE. Now all that means is it's a protective outfit that doctors and nurses and people who care for other people wear. It does look a bit strange because they wear almost like pyjamas. They wear funny things over their shoes sometimes. They wear gloves. They wear hats and they wear masks, quite like some of the superheroes that we all love and have fun with. So why do they wear these different things? Does it make you feel a bit worried when you see those things? If you're feeling any worry starting now, remember what you can do. Hold your hand very tight. Think of your special place. Notice that your breathing becomes nice and easy. Those little butterflies in your tummy, they're starting to quieten down again. You You can do this whenever you want during this session. You are your own superhero with your own special powers because you can control your mind. And when you know what's going on in your own mind, your body very quickly does it as what you want it to do. Okay. So why do these doctors and nurses wear these different superhero outfits? Well, there are lots of things around in the air that we can't quite see with our eyes, very tiny little things that can sometimes make us feel sick. So actually doctors and nurses are doing a wonderful thing. They are protecting themselves from these little tiny invaders, and they're also protecting all those people they're looking after. So actually, these outfits are just like a superhero's. They protect everyone and they actually help these people do their jobs. So I think this is one of the most amazing superhero outfits I've ever seen. Now, superheroes are not just in hospitals. They're not just at the doctor's surgery. We see some of these outfits when we go out to the park or we go out to the shops with our caregivers. You might see someone with a mask on and think, this looks strange. What's this person doing? Well, actually, they have put on their superhero mask because they know by doing this they are showing love and support to everyone else around them, and they are looking after themselves as well. Sometimes it can look a bit strange, but if you really look hard, you might see the person's eyes, and I noticed that sometimes people have got a twinkle in their eye because actually they're smiling underneath that mask. They're smiling because they know they're looking after themselves and they're looking after the people they care about. And also they're looking after strangers that they don't even know who they are when they meet them in the street. So actually, it's a pretty wonderful thing that people are doing, even though it looks a bit strange to us at the moment. Good. So now I want to ask you about when you hear someone cough or sneeze. Now, when you think that someone in your family or someone that you love is not well, those feelings that you might get where you're quite frightened. So remember, you can hold your hand really, really tight. Feel the feelings of calm in that beautiful place that you know for you keeps you safe, keeps you calm, while we talk about the next part. When we cough and sneeze, it's nature's way of telling us that there might just be some little bugs that we've maybe breathed in or have entered our bodies. Now, inside our bodies, this is the amazing part, we actually have our own superheroes. They're so teeny tiny that you can't see them with the naked eye, but they are called white blood cells. These white blood cells replicate and move around our body, and they chase those invaders that have come into our bodies. So when we get a cough or we get a temperature, it shows you that our body is fighting and working very hard because loads of those superheroes have now all multiplied within our bodies. So when we feel like that, our body's saying we need to rest, we need to drink lots of water, and we need to take any medicines that we've got because that will help our internal superheroes do their job. So actually, superheroes are everywhere, from the doctors and nurses to the people you see on the street, through to the little tiny superheroes that each and every one of us have got inside our bodies. How wonderful is that? Another thing I want you to visualize now, can you see a rainbow? I want you to look very, very hard at this rainbow. Look at all the different layers, all the different colours. And I know you might have drawn some of these and put them in your windows, or you might have seen them in other people's windows when you've walked down a street. The wonderful thing about this rainbow is it reminds each and every one of us that even though we're in the middle of a storm right now, that very often at the end of that storm, a rainbow will appear. I want you now to decide which colour on this rainbow are you. You might decide that you really like the violet colour. Perhaps you really like the pink or yellow. You decide which colour you want to be in the rainbow. I wonder which colour your mummy or daddy are. I wonder which colour maybe your granddad or grandma might be, or your cousins or your brothers and sisters, or your best friend from nursery or from school. You can decide what colour you want to be, and maybe you can imagine what other colours people would choose. When we all come together with all our unique colours, we create a wonderful rainbow of hope, of love, and caring for each other. The rainbows are there to remind us that this storm will pass. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and when I reach 5, you'll be able to open your eyes, you'll be wide awake, excited, and perhaps you're even going to draw some pictures of rainbows after this session. Or perhaps you're going to draw some pictures of superheroes with their wonderful outfits on, including some face masks, maybe some gloves, and maybe some overalls. I don't know. I can only imagine. So I'm going to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes wide open, wide awake, feeling all excited and energised and bouncing around and having lots of hugs and kisses with whoever's looking after you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the session. Okay, thank you. Bye.